Hello, I'm Dave Abrams.
And I'm Kristin Lagana. Welcome to Arundel County Week in Review. In this episode, we'll talk about Not My Child and show you how students who are joining the fight against addiction. But first, making headlines this week. We begin up in North County where the Lakeshore Fire Station is finally under construction. Now, if you think you've heard this before, you're right. A new station has been promised several times and encountered delays. That's why County Executive Schuh skipped the shovel for this event and chose a sledgehammer instead. The station will cost $6.8 million and is scheduled to open in February of 2018. County Councilman Derek Fink said the station serves a pressing need in Pasadena.
And I think it just goes to show that we're really making public safety a priority in Anne Arundel County, whether it's adding to the fire department, adding to the police department, improving their facilities. It all goes along to say that we are committed to public safety and that we do recognize that we need to make it a priority, and we're doing just that.
Now, fire safety is, of course, important, Dave.
Very important.
But there is something else we are missing here, a new place to eat pit beef.
Yes, I know, right?
Right.
It's all about, our fire stations have fantastic pit beef. Am I right?
We do.
It's amazing.
We're spoiled.
What is it about fighting fires and
And pit beef? The fire.
barbecuing some pit beef?
It's the fire,
It's the
Dave.
fire.
We didn't start the
smoky,
fire.
tastes smoky, right?
It was always burning since the world's been turning.
I'm getting hungry. Well, speaking of food, which is a hot topic always on this show, have you ever been to the food trucks at Earleigh Heights Fire Station?
I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
Okay,
No.
well.
I love food trucks.
Well, we have a story for you.
All right.
County Executive Schuh and his staff had a chance to check it out this week, and they are jogging off the calories to this day. Take a look.
I've never seen so many food trucks in one place. You name it. Funnel cakes, chili dogs, corn dogs, cheesesteak, pizza, pasta, crab cakes, cupcakes. It is all here. This place is paradise. Opens at 4 o'clock, stays open till well into the evening. It started back in April, and they will be here every Tuesday until mid-November. So bring your family. It's awesome.
So, Kristin, if you're keeping track at home, we have deep fried Oreos.
Oh my gosh.
We have deep fried Snickers.
So much.
We have deep fried Twinkies.
You can't, oh my goodness.
You got the beef short ribs.
All of that.
You got the pasta truck.
There's a pasta truck?
There's a pasta truck.
There's a pasta
There's
truck?
a hero and falafel truck.
There's a pasta truck?
There's a pasta truck.
This is just crazy.
There's a cheesesteak truck.
There's a pasta truck
There's a cheesesteak truck.
and a pasta truck.
There's a pasta Lagana truck.
I wish.
So you getting hungry now?
Yeah, I'm pretty
We gotta
hungry
check that
now.
out. Well, there are only a few weeks left, so head out to the Earleigh Heights Fire Station on Tuesday nights from 4 to 8 p.m. and check it out. Your last chance is November 15th, so don't miss it.
Are you a tax expert looking for a way to help out your community? The Department of Aging and Disabilities is looking for volunteers to help seniors complete their 2016 tax returns. Volunteers are not required to have a financial background in order to help, but CPAs, attorneys, bookkeepers, and people with financial training are strongly encouraged to apply. So that's not you or I, Dave.
No, we wouldn't be good. Don't ask us.
If this does sound like you, call Isaac Jones at 410-222-4257 or send him an email, agjone00@aacounty.org. Volunteers are stationed at senior centers at set dates and times starting in February.
I'm kind of wishing I was a senior right now.
You
if
have some
know
help
what
on
I
your tax
mean.
form?
Yeah, I need a little help.
Yeah.
But we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll talk to Nancy Schrum about Not My Child. Take a look at our community calendar for events happening around town, and we'll be right back.
I've always wanted to go to college. That helps you evolve as a person. I just feel like that's my destiny. My name is Queen, and I am your dividend.
Welcome back. Joining us in the studio today, we're delighted to have back Miss Nancy Schrum, Director of Constituent Services. Nancy, it's nice to have you back in the studio again.
Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
Of course, and today we're talking Not My Child. So first, for folks out there who might not know, which we've definitely mentioned this organization before,
We have,
this
but
program,
never
but-
too few times.
No, yes, you're right. Go ahead and explain Not My Child.
Well, Not My Child is a community conversation on the misuse of drugs that has led to the escalation of heroin and death in Anne Arundel County. And we know it's beyond Anne Arundel County, the state of Maryland, and across this country. So we started about a year and a half ago when the county executive declared heroin a public health emergency. Through the Office of Constituent Services, we formed put together a panel to discuss what's happening in the community, why is it happening, and what can we do to make things better for everyone in our county regarding this topic. And I'm really pleased with the way things are moving along. I believe we've opened up the doors for our nonprofits and even our own county agencies to be welcome to other community events to talk about this problem. So we're slowly making progress because more and more people are terming their conversations Not My Child.
Yeah, and we were talking about this a bit off camera. I think that's what's really been key to how we're going about attacking this. It's called Not My Child, but it's not just parents that are on this panel. Talk a bit about who else is involved as you guys are trying to move forward with this.
Well, the panel is comprised of a parent who's lost a child, a person in recovery, a prevention specialist, a member of one of our coalitions through the health department, Prevention Coalition. State's Attorney Wes Adams sits as a panelist, and a member from our law enforcement office, which is normally Chief Altamari. And the way it rolls out, we have a moderator for each of the events, and each of the panelists are asked one question, but the question is designed to prompt their response to educate the audience. It's that simple. 6 to 7 questions are they've responded to these questions, and then we move right into Q&A. And that's where the conversation starts, because then the community has 6 or 7 people in front of them from the healthcare professional world to the real-life people who have walked the walk.
And about how many folks can you estimate have been attending these panel discussions?
Well, it varies, anywhere from the original town hall at the community college to 400, and then maybe 20 at a community association meeting. So what's key right now is getting people out. There's a lot of time and effort placed in making these events happen, but now it's getting the community to understand they really need to open up and listen to the conversation, because denial is deadly.
Absolutely.
Well, Nancy, first of all, great job on this effort. We have you to thank for a lot of the success that it's had. And I was there when, Steve Schuh was elected and pointed across the room and said, "You're in charge of this," and you've really taken it and run with it. And we've had an opportunity to talk about, some of the things you've experienced along the way. What would you say is one of the biggest surprises to you as someone who came into this really not knowing a whole lot about it, and now you're immersed in it? What are some surprises to you that as a person that came into it new about this epidemic and how it works?
Well, number one, parents are the last to know that their child is in a crisis mode, because the use of heroin doesn't just happen. It's a progress. The drugs are starting with alcohol. We have 11, 12-year-olds that are drinking, smoking marijuana. Then, because of their brains, their brain is not fully developed until the age of 25. When a young person is dabbing in a little bit of alcohol or marijuana, and then if they're amongst friends that now have prescription drugs on them and say, here, this pill will make you feel good. Well, now you don't even have the ability to say no, because can't make good choices if you're drinking on a Friday night. So it's progressive. And if you have the family genetic makeup for addiction, you're a much higher risk to end up with an addiction. So, our message is don't even go there. Don't even try it. And we're trying to turn it around, talking to the young people about why can't it be cool to be healthy versus I'm smoking weed, drinking, cool. Because that's the other piece of this. I was floored. We've been doing student assemblies in our high schools. The young people, this is all acceptable, just across the board. So that's alarming to me. And I guess they're young people don't really know any better. You figure things out between the ages of 25 and 30. So they being young, they don't want adults to be telling them don't do this, don't do that. So we're trying to determine other ways of how to talk to the young people, so young people are talking to young people. So
I think that's a smart angle.
It is. It's shocking to me too, Nancy, especially with how we just wrapped up the Olympics and all of the young, right from here in America, all of our young athletes that went and represented us and in gymnastics and swimming. And even in our fascination with sports, with baseball, with football, with basketball, it would seem that we would have more young people that want to follow that path of healthiness and being out of drugs, but it's pretty shocking.
It is. And what's another piece of this that really shocked me was parents. Parents are the role model for the children. Parents are okay because they are smoking and drinking with their children. And it's become very common. And to me, my girls are between the age of 26 and 30, and there was social use of alcohol, but never, rubber stamping that this is okay. If anything, parents should be breaking up parties. And because now I know one too many mothers that weren't able to save their children. And I know mothers are trying to keep their children alive. And it came out at a panel just last night at North County. A mom lives every day to keep her daughter alive. Her daughter's in treatment through methadone. And it was commented, as a parent, we shouldn't be waking up every day having to be thinking, I have to keep my daughter alive. No, it should be more about where are you going today, what are you doing, or what did you do, what are we going to do this weekend, not a focus on, is she going to make it through the day? There are so many
families. That could maybe be traced back to being a little bit too, letting the kid be left to their own devices a little bit, and being a little bit too free with, oh yeah, you can have your kids over, and
that whole mentality.
Was it Chris Herron? Is that his name?
Chris Herron.
Chris Herron always talked about down in the basement with your friends.
With the red Solo cup.
Because it's
with
safe
the red
in
Solo
my house,
cup.
Right?
And you talk about these moms who it turns into their whole life where they're just trying to keep their child alive, and that all traces back to maybe one or two moments where this was accepted and allowed. And once you become a heroin addict, the chances that you're going to bring that person back are way stacked against you. So I think that's the goal. That's what you're trying to do with Not My Child, is start early enough that you can stop it before they start, because once they do, you got yourself a real problem.
Well, parents today have so much on their plate in the way of the distractions that are out there for our young people. For the social media supposed to be a good thing, social media has advanced our young people in the way of knowing where to go, who to go to. And so as a parent, you really, in any generation, you really need to know where your children are, who are your children's friends, where are your children going. You do have to be...
what are they doing online?
Yeah, you have to be a detective. And you can't try to be the friend, you are the parent. If you want your child to go out and be independent, that's what we're, as we bring them into the world for, to love them and grow up and take care of themselves, contribute to society as young adults. It's not going to happen if you have this casual relationship where you're allowing the freedom, because your children are not equipped to manage that freedom. They're just not equipped. It's that simple. So I just would ask every parent to maybe re-examine, to really think about what's going on in your own house and what you allow and don't allow. Build relationships with your children's friends so that you know where they're going and that they're, believe it or not, they're being supervised, because parents need to know this. There's a new law that was passed by the General Assembly in 2016, Alex and Calvin's Law, and it came about, sadly, by the death of 2 Montgomery County boys that left a party where the parents were at home, underage drinking, and the two boys were killed. So now our General Assembly has passed, if you, 18, because you could now be a senior in high school and have friends over,
An older brother or sister.
Right.
Right.
Or parents, anyone over the age of 18 in the household, and there's underage drinking, and that underage child leaves the house and is harmed or killed, you will be fined. I believe it's up to $2,500. It may be $5,000, but there's jail time attached to it. The General Assembly is sending a message: we are not going to tolerate this. Parents need to take responsibility, because our state's attorney and our panel discussions in the community is publicly saying, don't put me in the position to have to hold you accountable, because I now have a victim, a mother and father, who have lost a child, and they want justice. So that, it's always been very serious, but now our laws are starting to,
Support
yes.
what you're trying to do, which, by the way, what are some needs for Not My Child right now, and how can folks volunteer to provide more assistance?
Well, for us to really spread the word, because Not My Child is all about awareness and education, it helps with the prevention part. Because 10 years from now, we don't want to be having this conversation.
Right.
So I need folks from the community, call us, invite us to your community association meeting, civic group, invite us to church. I mean, anywhere where we can have a little audience, a small audience, I will bring the panel. And in addition to that, the Not My Child team is building, meaning I have more people who want to be part of the panel. They want to sit and converse with the community. If you have an interest in serving as a panelist, I welcome your participation. So just give me a call.
What's that number?
Our number at work is 410-222-1527. Directly on my desk.
Right to the source.
Right to me.
Nancy, thank you so much for all you're doing for our county. It's a very sad issue right now, and the numbers are rising this year. So, and again, not just here in Anne Arundel, but across the U.S. So we appreciate all the hard work you're putting into this, and to those of your fellow panelists. And we appreciate you coming in today and talking about it.
Well, thank you. Thank you both for allowing the time, because this little piece is another piece of the awareness to our community by airing it on our county television.
Absolutely.
Well, keep it going. You're doing a great job.
Well, we'll be right back with more Week in Review right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, Hard, what's this? That's my resignation. You're resigning. Why? You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit. Oh, I forgot. I'll do better. Please don't quit on me.
Don't let your heart quit on you. Get your uncontrolled high blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late.
Welcome back. Nancy Schrum told us how Not My Child is reaching out to kids to fight drug addiction, and lots of them are already responding. Pat Daly has this report about an annual art contest to reach young people. Pat?
Thanks, guys. I'm standing here with Amber Roberts, the winner of this year's Meade Media Contest, and Derek Farmer, chair of the WASP Coalition here in the western part of the county that deals with heroin and substance abuse awareness. Derek, Amber, thanks for joining us. First, I'm going to ask Derek, tell us a little bit about the contest, and then tell us a little bit about what WASP is and what they do.
Well, let me tell you what WASP is first. WASP stands for Western Anne Arundel County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition. And what we do is we have different things we go out, strategies to go out into the community, or environmental strategies, to go out into the community to get people awareness of alcohol, drugs, and other paraphernalia. This usually throughout the year, we do a contest at the Meade High School where we get kids to do posters, video, canvas, artwork, whatever, and poetry. And we have judges, they judge it, and the kids get scholarship money for it.
Very good, very good. Now, Amber, I'm going to ask you, I was there for the contest and I saw your great video. And can you describe, what it took to make and what the focal point was and what your purpose, your overall purpose of the video was?
Well, I wanted it to be a story more than just, a shock piece that, most people were trying. So I just did it how most of the time it happens. It's done, the person doesn't set out to become a heroin addict. It usually happens through pills, the opiates. So, she was a regular kid on the sports teams, good grades, and she breaks her arm and gets on the pain medicine, and then she becomes addicted to it, and then that leads to the heroin addiction, and her grades start to fall. But I gave it a happy ending. Her counselor noticed and gave her some help.
Great. It was greatly crafted, and that's something that you're interested in doing in the future, cinematography, is that right?
Yes.
All right, very good. So now my next question would be, when would the next art contest take place?
Right now, I'm about to announce it next week to go out so the kids in the school can get it. And then this year, we're also trying to add Arundel to it also, because we're trying to get enough scholarship money to go out so we can extend it to Arundel.
Okay, and a question I have, Derek, for you specifically, the problem continues, especially the heroin problem. What do you see as the challenges that face the communities in the next year?
Just to try to get rid of it. The biggest part we need to do is everybody needs to know to either lock up your prescriptions or throw them away if you're not using them anymore. And like throw them away, I mean, there are places to take them.
Right.
Every county police station has a drop box to put drugs in, and so does one state police barracks over on Dorsey Road.
Okay. Does CVS do that as well?
Not currently. No pharmacy does them currently.
Okay, well that's good to know. How can people get in touch with you to learn more?
We have a website that's countywide for all the coalitions together, and also our SAP groups, because every high school in the county has a SAP program. It's preventsubstanceabuse.org. And you can go on there and click on links to either west, north, south. Now there's one in Annapolis City also, coalition. So you can just click on one of those links and it takes you straight there.
Right. And the Annapolis Coalition is brand new, right?
Yes, it just started this month.
Okay, and that's the one Angel Trainer is coordinating?
Yes, it is.
Okay, great. All right, well, thanks, Derek, and again, thanks, Amber. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Pat. Some gifted artists out there, Dave, and who better to communicate with young people than their friends?
Are you an artist?
I'm an artist.
Can you draw things?
Oh, okay. So when I was younger, all the time, and usually it was fashion.
Yeah.
I was creating outfits left and right.
Really?
Yeah. All the
so
time.
that explains the genesis of the recycling
fashion show. Oh yeah, that's my baby.
Contest.
That's my baby. I love it.
So you could make a cool, jumper out of milk cartons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I used to draw that. I was big on flowers. So, which is oddly enough funny because I just helped pick out all the flowers for Vicky's wedding, which we are getting closer and closer to.
The year of the Lagana wedding
is
wedding almost upon
Countdown.
us.
Yeah, so I love flowers so much, and I was excited that I got to put those together for the wedding.
How's it going? How's little sis doing with this?
She's good.
Doing okay?
She's really
keeping it
doing
together.
Great. Yeah.
So you did the bachelorette party.
I did the bachelorette. I did the shower.
Because you are the bestest sister.
I'm the party queen.
Right.
Yeah.
And you did was there a shower? You
Shower
did the
already happened. Yep.
Okay.
Guess what our favor was for guests to take home?
I'm not
Fall
gonna. This
shower.
is a family TV show.
Oh no.
Oh, it's a shower.
It was
Showers
a shower.
are good.
No,
Okay.
the bachelorette. I'm not going to talk about.
Okay.
The fall shower. It was a fall theme, and we had caramel apples as a takeaway. So that was lovely.
That's sweet.
But no, I'm very excited. We're getting closer and closer, and it's just crazy. I don't think it hit me until the shower. I was like, this is real. It's game time.
Well, I mean, there's a lot going on in your life right now, but
Yeah.
I mean, we can't miss that comes right after your favorite holiday of the year,
Halloween.
Halloween.
So excited. I
what
hope
are you
everyone
gonna
out there
do?
is so excited.
What are you gonna do for Halloween?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so.
Are you gonna trick or treat?
I'm not gonna trick or treat, but I'm gonna hand out candy while I drink wine.
Okay, That's a good plan.
Yeah, that's Monday night. On Saturday night, my band is playing. We have a show, and I'm not going to say what we're dressing up as, but we have done some amazing casts over the years. We've done Addams Family. We've done Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Mario Brothers.
And we did, that was with some friends, not my band.
Oh.
And then we did Where's Waldo? And I was Carmen Sandiego, so it was, you can't see us.
That's silly.
Yeah.
That's so silly.
It was so silly. So.
And where's the show?
At Game Baltimore, which is right next to the casino, Horseshoe Casino.
That's on Saturday the 29th.
On the 29th.
Just in case somebody might want to. But you have to bring your costume.
There's going to be a costume contest, so you want to participate. How about you?
Can I wear my gorilla costume 2 years in a row?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I guess, is it a guy thing? I can't. All the planning and the stuff for the costume, I need something that it's all in one piece and you just put it on.
You know what was my favorite on a guy out of all the years that I went down to Fells Point, which by the way is like the craziest for Halloween?
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
No, close though. A penguin. It's the cutest thing. So
you could do the penguin. Do the penguin dance.
Do a penguin costume, Dave. That would be great.
Really?
That would be hilarious. With the little red bow tie. Yeah.
Really?
That is.
I'm not sure about
what you
that.
want to do. So what about you?
If it comes with a mask and the whole thing, maybe I would do it.
Are you going to be handing out candy on
Halloween? I have a lot of social opportunities for Halloween that I'm still trying to sort out.
The actual night of? That's a Monday.
I'll just hand out candy and wear my gorilla suit. My gorilla suit scared the kids last year.
Oh gosh.
They got scared.
I did that one year.
There was some crying.
I was a witch and I pretended that I was just like a puppet or
who would
like a
ever
scarecrow.
believe you could
Because
be a
I had
witch?
my head down and I had the hat, so it looked like I was just a decoration. And then when they got really, really close.
That's wrong.
Yeah, it was great. It was so great.
How many criers did you get?
Oh, a bunch of criers.
And you just laughed at the poor children crying?
Yeah, it was great.
That's terrible.
But then they got candy and we were good.
Yeah, so night of, I'm just going to hand out candy. I was talking about the weekend, so now I know I have to go to the game.
The game.
I have to go to the game, and there's some other items. A friend of mine is having a party, so I'll probably go to that.
Fine.
There's just a lot of possibilities. It's one of those holidays where you got to pick.
I know it sounds silly, but
What's your favorite candy? What's your favorite candy?
No, I was going to say.
Quick.
No. I think we should do our top 10 for next week's show.
Top
10 Halloween candy.
10?
Yeah. Okay, 5.
Okay, 5.
5. We'll do our.
So we're not going to give it away.
We have to talk about Halloween next week too.
Okay.
So let's do our
So
top.
stay tuned for
candies,
next week.
And maybe,
our top 10.
Yeah,
candies.
top candies and top costumes.
Okay.
That would be great.
All right.
Yeah. I think that's
good.
Awesome.
Okay, good. That's what we'll do.
I'm excited.
We'll make sure that you get your costumes ready.
We want to see pictures.
We want to see pictures. Post them on our Facebook page, and we'll be sure to share them with everyone in Anne Arundel County and all throughout the internet. And before we go, I owe a shout out for Miss Sarah Gannon, one of our correspondents and one of Nancy's colleagues over there in Constituent Services. Her girls Lakeshore Lava field hockey team. In the B division, Kristin.
B division.
They are playing in the finals this weekend, tomorrow, Saturday at Annapolis High.
Go Lava.
So go Lava.
Go Lava.
Molten. Get Molten, okay? And take one home for us, for Lakeshore and Pasadena. That wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archive episodes online anytime on Facebook or YouTube by simply searching for Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county, and we'll see you next time.